It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official Christian Mbilli versus Rohan Murdock post-fight review, and your result of the fight is a Christian Mbilli 6th round stoppage. He beat Rohan Murdock until the trainer had to say, "Listen, Rohan, you can live to fight another day." Shout out to his trainer, who really, I thought, did a great job looking out for him, because sometimes you gotta save the fighters from themselves. But Pop, this is your first time. I know you've heard Mbilli's name here and there because he's in the rankings. He's number 1 in the WBC and WBA. But this is your first time really getting an extended look at him, watching him fight. First of all, what was your first impression of Mbilli, and what did you think about his performance against Rohan Murdock?
Let me tell you, man. Mbilli really impressed me. I like the fact that came out there, he jabs, he starts with jab, but he goes to the body a lot, and then he'll set you up with the body with the overhand hands to the face and everything. I like everything about him, his aggressiveness, and the way he goes to that body. It really stuck out on me, and it really impressed me. As far as Murdock, respect to him too. He's a young buck that came in there to try to show out, make fun of this guy during the fight and everything, and he got humble as the fight went on by Mbilli, and yeah, man. I mean, shout out to him in Australia. He made a good point. He actually made a good accountability himself, but the night belonged to. I like to see more of Mbilli.
And before I get my take, any particular opponents that you would like to see Mbilli fight? I know he's number 1. He's ranked number 1. So
168.
You got Benavidez, you got Canelo, you got Munguia, Berlanga, Pacheco.
Yeah, all those guys you're saying, I would like to see him fight. I think this
John
guy,
Ryder.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this guy's people don't know much about him, or they don't get the credit the same way.
Well, you know what it is.
He's very talented.
He's in Canada,
25,
and they haven't really brought him outside of Canada too much, and he hasn't really fought. Like this is probably the biggest card he fought on.
Okay.
So he hasn't really been exposed to a lot of people, unless, and you're only gonna know about it if you're really, really up on your boxing. Which, of course, on the home of boxing, we are up on our boxing, but not everybody's us. And people have lives, they have jobs, they have kids, so they got to do a better job, I feel, of getting Mbilli's profile raised, and because he's fun to watch. I mean, I don't know.
You always say he's a young fighter.
I don't know if he's gonna beat like Benavidez or Morrell. I still think his defense might be a bit too leaky for those guys, and maybe he doesn't have quite the experience level quite yet to deal with them. But one thing I know about it, he's gonna be entertaining no matter who he fights.
Oh man, yeah.
And one thing I liked about this fight with Murdock and all of his fights is that the fact that obviously the thing that stands out the most is the volume of punches, his gas tank. I mean, he does not get tired. He comes forward and comes forward and comes forward, and he does not stop. But the more impressive thing is the angles, the way he's able to angle off to the side and throw punches in a way that's destructive but intelligent. And obviously he's not Mike Tyson, but when we look at the frame and when we look at the way some of the punches he selects, like the little left hook to the body, overhand right combination. Sometimes he could remind you a bit of Mike Tyson as far as his punch selection, not as far as his ability, but as far as his punch selection. So. As far as Murdock, I poke fun of it all the time because Murdock's an Australian fighter, and I only knew him from years ago because they were trying to use him as a tune-up for Andre Ward in his comeback, and then Vodka said, "No, that's a cherry pick. We're not sanctioning that fight." So that's what I knew him for, and then I know he fought Zach Park and got stopped by him a couple years ago. But look, I respect him because some people in the live got disrespectful and said, "Oh, he quit." He didn't quit. No, man, he told his coach one more round, and his coach said, "No, we can live to fight another day." And I think his coach did right by him because he was taking a slow methodical beating, and those beatings are the worst ones to take. These guys like Mbilli, these guys like Subriel Matias, these guys like Dave Benavidez, they're not concussive one-punch knockout artists. They give you slow methodical beatings, and those are the beatings that cause brain damages, comas, brain bleeds that can lead to death. Yeah. So he has a family. I think he said he was dedicating this fight to his 5-month-old daughter. He fought with a lot of pride and behaved like a fighter. He just, at the end of the day, he just didn't have the gas tank, the punching power, and the skills to deal with Mbilli. But he can hold his head high and know that he gave every last bit of the best he could. And that's all we can do in life, and that's all we can do in the boxing is get the best we can. So shout out to the Aussie Rohan Murdock for being durable and allowing Mbilli to showcase his skills and doing his best. But I want to see Mbilli fight, honestly and truthfully, Dave Benavidez. I think everything else, Benavidez is out here chasing Canelo Alvarez, which obviously he should be doing because you know, he's the champion and he's been in line for a long time, and that's the belt that he lost on the scale, and I know he feels the type of way about it, and he wants to prove to the world who he is. That's a big fight for boxing. That fight would do big business, but Canelo Alvarez, unfortunately, he has all these options. Everyone in boxing want to fight him. Even Terrence Crawford want to fight him, right?
He called him out too.
You and Mbilli want to fight him, right?
Him
So my thing is, I like that fight because I feel like Mbilli is one of the only fighters in this weight class, champion or contender, who has the punch volume to match Benavidez. The only thing that might be his undoing in that fight is his defense needs some work. But again, we're not going to accuse Dave Benavidez of being Pernell Whitaker either. So I just feel like overall that's an entertaining fight. If not Benavidez, then Morrell. Because look, Mbilli's ranked #1 WBC, he's ranked #1 WBA. And Morrell is like the regular champion in the WBA, so he needs a fight. Why don't he fight Christian Mbilli, you know? These guys will call out everybody, and I want to highlight this last thing. I'm not saying that Mbilli's his boogeyman, right? But let's just be real. These fighters, they call out everyone they can't fight, but the guy they can fight, they don't talk about him, right? They don't talk about him. And the boxing media, you know, I've never heard, like, the boxing media when interviewing Benavidez, like in Vegas, I never heard him say, "Oh, what about Mbilli?" I never heard him say that. So he's been overlooked for a long time. But I think he's one of these guys that, in terms of entertainment value, he's really fun to watch. I feel like even if it's not against those guys I mentioned, it could be against a Berlanga, it could be against a Munguia. Just get him in the ring with somebody with a big name and let him get a chance to show what he can do. Because you know when you look at the Mbilli resume, just to run through it before we end the video, you know, he beat Rohan Murdock, who was a ranked fighter. I believe it was 8. He stopped Desmond Nicholson. He beat Carlos Congora. He beat Don Alexander. Beat DeAndre Ware. Beat Ronald Ellis. I mean, he's got some common opponents with some of these guys. You know, so you know, there's some substance on that resume. He's fun to watch, and I think, you know, if the Tiger management or whoever he's with, if they decide they want to keep him in Canada for a couple more fights and give him some main events, I feel like he has the potential to become like a draw, like a Lucien Bute was back in the day.
You just gotta have the right promoting. That's a problem too. Like, so you don't have the right promoter or managers, you don't get what you want.
So we'll see how it goes for Mbilli. But I just want to come give him a little quick thoughts on him because he's worth talking about.
Good fight.
What did you guys make of Mbilli versus Murdock, and how do you what kind of chance do you give Mbilli against the guys like Benavidez, the guys like Morrell, and these kind of guys? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.